What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Aftersound here, bringing you Splinterlands content every single day. We also stream right here on this channel every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday morning, so come by and say hello. Also, this video is brought to you by my music. Since we don't do any sponsorships here, I will go ahead and just shill my music. I put out a new single recently called By Your Side, and I would appreciate if you check it out anywhere you stream your music. I appreciate the support. All right, guys, let's go ahead and dive into today's topic. So, if you didn't watch the recent conversation that I had with Azurkhan, this is going to be somewhat related to that, but actually, even more so, I watched Matt's presentation at Hive Fest. You can go watch it on the live stream, and I'm probably going to watch it a second time, and if there's enough stuff, I might even do a little 5 biggest takeaways. Let me know if you want to see that in terms of a video. But here's my thought process on this. We are on Hive, and for the time being, for the foreseeable future, we are here to stay. Okay, so what I'm wanting to talk about in this video is now my Hive goals, like my personal Hive goals of trying to attain a certain level of HP. Now, if you watch the video with Azurkhan, 10,000 is what he's suggesting. I think 10,000 is a decent number to go for. It's $1,700, almost $1,800. Now, here's the thing. Am I buying $1,800 worth of Hive? No, I'm not. But I am getting involved on the blockchain, on the blogging platform, and I've been engaged for a while, right? But I'm actually trying to ramp it up even more so recently by doing more content and just trying to interact with other folks. And once again, shout out to Azurkhan for delegating some HP to me so that I can curate as well, and just that'll help in terms of networking overall. But here's the thing. I've been doing this for a while. So before the conversation with Azurkhan, before the delegation, I had actually gotten up to 1,600 Hive. You can see here 1,625 is where I am at. And that was all just built. I mean, mostly it was built organically, right? There were very few times that I would go and buy Hive. And if I was buying Hive, I was trading something else for it, probably like a Splinterlands asset, or I was, I own a good amount of packs in like Decrops, for example. And so I get airdropped close to like 1 Hive every day. And so I've just been slowly and steadily building up my Hive or HP over the last however many years that I've been on the platform, right? I'll say over the past 2 years is when I've really been trying to focus, or not the past 2 years, but over the past year, I've been really trying to focus in on doing more content. But more so now, I want to try and network. I want to try and grow. I want to try and build my stake out for 2 reasons, okay? The first one, we saw this already with the DHF proposal. If there are areas in which Splinterlands needs support in the future from Hive, in any way, shape, or form, I think it's worthwhile for all of us who are here in Splinterlands to, and believe in the longevity, the long-term plan for Splinterlands, to also be involved with Hive, right? At the end of the day, these are connected at the hip, and for the foreseeable future, that's not going to change, right? And unless something drastic happens, which we all hope doesn't happen, right? So we're all cheering that nothing drastic happens. As much as we want potentially to go to another blockchain, nobody wants what comes before that, right? Nobody wants what Matt is saying, where things would have to be catastrophic. The company would essentially be going under and would need to essentially get bought out by some VC firm that wants them to move over to Ethereum or Base or Solana or something. So we don't want that, because that just makes our situation worse. That puts everything in jeopardy. That would create more FUD than anything, right? So I know there's a lot of people who think they can diamond hand through that, but I'll tell you what, that would be a terrifying time regardless. So we don't want that, which means at this point, in my opinion, it's worthwhile to start building up a stake in Hive. That way, when things come along in the future, it is, we have more of a say on the platform. One of the things that I noticed early on in terms of the feedback that was given, almost in a very snarky tone, so I didn't really appreciate where, or like the attitude that it was coming from, but taking emotion out of it, they brought a good point. And that point was, Splinterlands is trying to get money out of the DHF. Let's see if they have enough HP to actually vote it up, right? And vote it approved. And the truth is, we didn't, right? Like most of the top players don't own a lot of Hive. And so that was a point for me where I'm just like, okay, well, I'm somebody who obviously believes in the long term for Splinterlands, and it made me start thinking about things in a different way. And so obviously I've had many more conversations since then. I had the conversation with Azurkhan, and it's like, okay, you know what? I need to set a goal for myself. And while, I'm going to be going through and blogging anyway and trying to build up things and, build an audience through the platform, the blogging platform as well, it'll be good to be building my stake over time. So I don't have a time frame for this. I don't know what it's going to look like. I'm just continuing to post and trying to engage with as many people as possible to make use of the delegation that I have and build up my stake during this time period to try to get to 10K and maybe above, right? I'd love to be even more than that. If Splinterlands is going to not just survive but thrive, that means that we're going to stay on Hive for the long term. So why wouldn't I want, right? Here's where I'm really trying to drive at. If Splinterlands does become successful, like we are all hoping that it will be, I think you're going to get a lot more people that will find Hive through that. Because I didn't find Splinterlands through Hive. I found Hive through Splinterlands. And, we're getting money from Hive right now to market Splinterlands, which could bring a lot more people into Splinterlands that eventually make their way onto Hive. So building out on that platform in one way or another, I think is going to be valuable. But here's the second reason. And I brought up the Hive Fest thing with Matt for a reason. Matt, or at least the team, announced, and they did this on a town hall, but he announced it there as well, that they're giving away titles to everybody that attends Hive Fest, right? So they'll be able to come in, they get an NFT, and then I don't know why, but he's like, yeah, if you want, you can go sell it, and it goes for, I don't know how X amount of dollars, but if people were not interested in the game, he was telling them that you could just go and dump it on the marketplace, which is a weird thing for him to say, but whatever. It's an NFT, so yeah, of course they can do whatever they want with it. But it was kind of the sentiment beyond that I believe, obviously, Matt going to Hive Fest for the first time since 2018 and being more involved with the scene there. I don't know what his experience is like. Hopefully, he'll give us more insight on that. But, if we're going to be sticking around, and I'm kind of taking Matt, not at his word, but as like the sentiment that I'm understanding, is he wants more integration and collaboration with Hive, meaning that he probably wants to give more benefits to people who have something to do with Hive. Like, I don't know what it is, right? But, and I'm not saying that, staking Hive and building up your HP is going to be something valuable in the future. I'm making a calculated guess, right? That maybe it could be something, but either way, I want to be much more involved in Hive if it's going to be interlinked with Splinterlands and there's going to be benefits given out, right? There's going to be a little bit of a VIP status or whatever you want to call it to folks that are engaging in both platforms, right? Think of it as something where, hey, if we wanted to do a partnership with like Solana NFTs, for example, we would be giving them some kind of incentive. Well, that's kind of where I think we're going with Hive, where it's just like, in order to get the best of both worlds here, because there are a lot of people on Hive that don't play Splinterlands. As hard as it is to believe, like, there are a lot of people. And granted, are those people, ideal players for Splinterlands? Maybe, maybe not. But at the end of the day, if we're growing this space, rising tide raises all ships, then the idea is, well, you're incentivizing both, right? There's a kind of symbiotic relationship that we have, for better or for worse. And I'd like to get the most of that symbiotic relationship by not only having more of a voice in Hive, but potentially getting any kind of benefits for being both in Hive and Splinterlands if we have something like that in the future. Again, Matt did not give any details. He did not say anything specific. He did not say anything guaranteed, but I do believe that, the titles is just the beginning of that. And we'll probably see other things that, pop up in the future as we try to maybe do more promotion within Hive, through Hive. And again, it could be something where maybe, maybe we're never even targeting Hive in terms of, the users that it has, just because Splinterlands probably has, a good amount of users themselves and a different kind of audience. But what if we want to be able to go to the DHF in the future for other things, right? And here's what I'm trying to get at. It's not that we need to go to the DHF. It's that we want to go to the DHF, and the DHF actually wants us to be there because what we're participating in right now ends up being successful, right? Splinterlands gets this money, they spend it on marketing, it grows both ecosystems, and in the future, Splinterlands has an idea to say like, hey, let's do some other kind of collaboration. We want to be building that collaboration further, right? We want to be on the we want to be showing that there's value for those on Hive, so that when and if there's another potential partnership, for something that follows a successful, right, endeavor like the one that we're currently in, then, you never know. So that's why I am setting a goal for myself in terms of Hive. Again, I'm not saying to go out and buy it. None of this financial advice. I don't know where the price of Hive is going to go, but at this point, it's not about the price of Hive, and I'm not even talking about buying. I'm talking about just going and being engaged on the platform and literally earning HP for it, right? So, or you can buy Hive, or not Hive, but if you just stake your Hive or whatever you have, it's going to grow at 3.29%, right? That is the annual inflation rate that they have for it. So just by it staying there, it's just by staking it, you're automatically earning that, or a little bit every single day. But if you go and additionally upvote posts, comment on other posts, and they upvote your comments, or you post and they upvote your posts, all of that stuff will come back in the form of HP, right? So the rewards are paid out in HBD, which is, I think half of it goes in the Hive back dollars, and the other half comes automatically staked into your account. So again, like I said, I never went out of my way and bought a ton of HP, right? Early on, when I needed more resource credits, I know that I traded some DEC or maybe some SPS early on to buy some HP so that I'd have enough to do all the things that I was trying to do. But beyond that, it's just been growing for the last couple of years. And it's not much, right? It's modest. 1,600 is not like a crazy amount. I think ultimately that's, I don't know what the US dollar amount is. Do they have that here somewhere? Estimated account value, right? $382, right? But I also have almost $100 in HBD. So even that, right? I get HBD from my rewards, and I'm just putting it in the savings account, which pays out 15%. So right now, I'm just focused on building this out for the long term. Again, it's not about buying. It's just about stacking and being involved and getting involved in this ecosystem as a Splinterlands player, and of course, trying to do other things and kind of grow our space. So that's all I have for you guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I know some other folks are posting there more so, but also if you're on there, and now that I have some, HP or some, now that I have some HP and am able to upvote some things, if you guys are doing content, this is where you can chill. Post your things in the comments, and I will go through and I follow you or check out your posts and whatever, and try to give you guys some love on there. All right, that's all I have for you guys in this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Otherwise, I will catch you all in the next one and see you around the game. Take care.